Modern Day Mom Chat. This month we are switching things up. We are spotlighting modern day dads for the entire month of June. Yes, you heard that right. We are celebrating dads in a way that hasn't been done before. It hasn't. I must say it hasn't. And they will be opening up and really being unfiltered about their journey so far as fathers. This is going to be good. Make sure you subscribe, hit the button to Modern Day Mom. Well, thank you for joining me on the Modern Day Mom Chat for the Modern Day Mom meets Modern Day Dad edition.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know Mutombo, please correct me if I'm wrong with anything I say. Okay. So you are an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You are a poet.
Yeah.
You are a creative.
Mm-hmm.
You're a husband.
Yeah.
And you're a dad of 2.
Correct.
Now, your youngest just turned 1.
Yeah. She just turned 1 on the 12th of May. Girl. Nice, beautiful.
I know, my baby girl. I'm the godmother, but you don't know. And then your son is 5?
My son is going to be 5 in a couple of months, in like 3 months' time.
Okay, so
he's basically 4.
We're just gonna get right into it. Almost 5 years ago, 5 years ago, because he's gonna be 5, when you found out you were going to become a dad, what was your initial reaction?
To be honest and frank, I was very, very glad. And I remember when my wife told me that she thought that she was, pregnant, and I was calm and I didn't want to show anything. But then we went to do the test, and then the test came out that, she was, pregnant. And I'm like, nah, it's not possible, it's not possible. Then after a day or two, it actually sunk in.
Right.
I'm like, wow, so I'm actually going to be a father. Like, I can't, like, for like a month, I was so happy. For like a month, I was so happy because this is something that I never ever thought that would, happen to me.
Wow.
So yeah, I was very, very happy. I was shocked and also happy.
Would you say you were in that moment already prepared? Or did you know that, okay, now I'm going to have to step things up because I am going to be a dad?
Okay. I was quite prepared, because this is something that I was looking forward to. And my wife actually got pregnant before we got, tied, before we tied the knot and everything.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, it wasn't really, we didn't get, the married because she was, and she got pregnant way after we started planning for the wedding and all that.
Okay.
I'm like, if we are going to do this, and I've been looking forward to have my own kids, why don't we start now? So we started working towards it. So yeah, in my mind, I was prepared, emotionally, I was prepared. I was prepared, but I wasn't, 100%, like I won't lie, like I wasn't 100%, set.
Yeah. What were you looking forward to the most in becoming a dad? So what were you looking forward to the most about having a son?
Wow, that's a good one. Growing up, I was taking care of kids, my aunties, my neighbors and all that. And I'm so into kids. If you ask like people who know me, they'll tell you that I'm like so into kids. I didn't look forward to having a boy. I wanted a girl.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, yeah, wanted a girl because I was raised by, like my mom and my grandmother. And
Okay.
so I wanted a girl to name her after my mom or my grandmom so
Right.
bad. But it turned out to be a boy. And so I'm like, oh, fine. Okay, cool. It's a boy. I can, play with him, like we can do boy stuff, play
Right.
football, do things. I can hang with him and all that.
Right.
So yeah, I was basically looking forward to having time with this young boy.
Okay.
And now if you want to know, we are so tight. Like
I
we are
know
very,
I
very
see you
tight.
guys,
We
your
are
pictures and your
extremely tight.
videos, and yeah.
Yeah. We are so tight. I mean, so far so good. It's been fun.
What would you say is one trait of your own that you hope your kids will have, both your son and your daughter?
Um, I am, I am, I am this guy who has so many traits. I'm this guy who has so many traits, like so many traits, right? Most are bad, most are most are good. Yeah, but I still have so many traits. And it's so sad that that one trait that I want my son to have, from where we stand now, he is not got it good yet.
Okay.
I want someone who is like strong, someone who would speak up, someone who is firm. But my son is so soft. Like, my son is so soft. I'm in school and they bully him a whole lot. If he's eating and they say, give me your food, then, he isn't soft. I think he's kind. He is kind, but I hope that, as the years come by, he will know what's up and getting stronger. But for the girl, I was expecting the girl to be like her mom, but surprisingly, the girl is hard. The girl is hard. When the boy was like a year old, I would still have my books everywhere, and he would never ever touch. Like, I would still have my stuff everywhere, and this guy would never ever touch. So for him, we didn't hide stuff. We didn't hide anything at all. But for the girl, if you leave her a minute, you turn, you come back, everything is gone. And you can tell that she's strong, she's firm, she says no. Yeah, So I think she's more like me than the guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
So let's say, and the girl is me, and the guy is,
your wife.
His mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see.
What would you tell your younger self about being a father?
Wow. What would I tell my younger self about being a dad? It's not easy. You have to support your wife. Don't be like one of them men who says, the kids, like the mother is supposed to take care of the kids and all that. You are the dad, so you are equally supposed to take care of your kids too.
Right.
Don't be that typical man who would watch your wife do everything for the kids, from cooking, taking care of them, putting them to sleep. You are equally responsible too.
Right.
So, jack yourself up and do what you have to do. I mean, Vanessa, growing up, I grew up, in a space where the man was always supposed to be the boss. You know, I grew up in a space where, yeah, it was the man. The man is the head of the house.
Mm-hmm.
But along the line, I brought everything out. You know, as I started, looking at things in a different light, as I started to read and all that, I was like, nah, that isn't it. You know,
Right.
that isn't it.
Yeah.
Why should I go and sit at the table and call my wife to bring me my food? Where's my food? I have never ever done that to my wife. You can ask her. And I don't think I will ever do that.
Wow.
You know, when we got, together, she was like, we were fighting for months and years because she wanted to clean wash my stuff and
Right.
all. And I'm like, nah. I'm not that kind of man,
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of man. And this is what I want many boys and men there to know, we are not supposed to make, you women our slaves, it's not supposed to be that. We are not supposed to be the head of the house. We don't have to have the final say,
right.
Because you two came together to be one.
Yes.
So you have to share, you have to be on the same, level. That's how I deal with my wife.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about you today. Compared to 5 years ago, right? When you first had your son and now you have a daughter, how has fatherhood changed for you?
Okay. I found out some things about me after having a kid, after having my boy, things that I never ever thought was, within me. Because growing up, I was this hard kid. Like, I was so hard, very, very, very tough to deal with. I cried in a long time for the first time after I had my boy.
Wow.
And I have been crying every now and then. There'll be times that I'll be singing for him to sleep. Then you see me crying, like just crying. I never ever thought I was that soft. I don't know. I don't know why I cry. Sometimes. Maybe I think that this is still, like a dream. Yeah, this is still not true. Am I, living this life? And also when I think about my mom, because my mom was really, really looking forward to a day that I will give her grandkids. She was always saying it, hey, hurry up and grow up and marry and give birth,
Yeah.
So I think it's also because of that. So yeah, I just found out after I had my boy that I was so emotional. Another thing that has changed about me is how I spend, because right now you can't just spend anyhow. With any little thing I do, I have to think twice before I do, because there are kids who are supposed to feed. So yeah, I think twice. But the funny thing is, like I said, when I'm doing things for them, I don't think about it. I just do it, So yeah, these are the main things. And I also found out that the love that I had for my friends, the love that I have for my wife, the love that I have for other things are totally different from the love that I have for my kids.
Right.
They are so different. I can't explain it.
Mm-hmm.
So it made me question, so what is love then? Like, how do I define love? Because what I feel for this child or these kids isn't the same I feel for my wife. Like, it's totally different. So at the end of the day, what is love? And I don't know. but I just know that what I have for them is totally different from what I have for any other, human being.
Wow.
So yeah, these are some of the things that I've found out. These are some of the things that have changed for me.
Wow. So, what would you say so far has been the best memory with raising your kids in just these past 5 years? What can you sit and say, oh my gosh, like this moment was one that is just like, wow.
The best memories that I have for my kids is so simple. Their first day on earth. Like, I do remember it so well. Like, the first boy, I was there throughout filming and everything. So yeah, the best memory that will never ever leave me is their first moment on earth. Like, their first time that they got here. That's the first. But for the boy, I think last year, was it last year? I think last year when we went out to the States and also to the UK, it was so different for us. We had fun in these two, different places.
Right.
Together with my wife, it was fun that we did so many fun stuff. I think that is also another moment that I will,
cherish.
Hold. Yeah.
Mutombo, there's so much happening in the world. So much. I know your son is pretty young. He's only going to be 5. But have you started having any conversations with him? And instilling in him that his life matters. Especially him being a Black boy.
Okay. I'm from a country where, racism isn't really a thing here. If we were living in the States or elsewhere, I would have started speaking to him about racism.
Right.
I don't think my son even has white friends. All the people around him or all the people that he meets, they are all Black.
Right.
So if you ask me if I'm having that racism talk with my son, no, I'm not, having that yet.
Okay.
Because of where we are, there isn't anything like, racism here. But eventually, he will go out to the world and all that. So yeah, definitely, I will start talking to him about these things.
Okay.
Last year when we went to the States and the UK, he was so young. I couldn't speak to him about anything. That when you are playing here, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Yeah, but I do talk to him about so many things, and my son knows a whole lot about this whole corona, like the virus.
What about that? How have you discussed that with your son? Because he's at that age where he knows that he's not in school, he's not around his friends anymore. Maybe the parents are home a lot more. He's not really venturing out. How has he? What was the conversation like for him when it came to that? And how has he adapted to like this change?
Yeah, my son is quite strange, right? So it's rather he has been rather telling me about the whole the virus, the whole coronavirus thing. Anytime I get close to him, hey, go away, social distancing, don't come close to me, and all that. Yeah, but we've had that talk, and I have told him about how some germ will go into him and make him sick. With these kids, you have to find a way of telling them how some germ will enter him and make him sick and all that. So he has to wash his hands. He has to do this. He has to do that. We have that talk.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, the reason why I'm saying that he rather talks to me about all those things about me washing my hands is his grandmom, you know, talks to him a whole lot about those things.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I mean, on that side we are good. You know, his grandmom is doing it, his mom is doing it, and I'm also doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he miss his friends? Does he say like he wants to go back to school? Or is he okay?
Yeah, at the beginning he was like, when is Jared going to come? You know, I want to go and see Jared. Why? Like, is the school closed and all that? But with time, he got to understand, you know, what was actually going on. Yeah, but I also do well to take him out. Like, we go for drives and all that every now and then. So I mean, he's good now.
Mutombo, I want to know, how important is mental health awareness for men? Obviously, it's more the women that are pushed in the forefront to be vocal about things they're going through. You know, especially I'll relate as a mom. As a mom, we should be, you know, open about what we're struggling with. Do you feel it's the same for the dads, where you feel comfortable to talk about what you are going through?
I have for years I've been talking about stuff that I'm going through. A couple of months back, about 3 months ago, I put out a spoken word piece called Head of State, which I sampled your dad. Which I sampled your dad. Which, I mean, to talk about it later on. Yeah, and that piece basically talks about things that I've gone through in the past with my mind, with my brain, with my mental state. And I haven't really shied away from speaking about certain things about myself, including my, you know, things that go on in my head. I have been very, very depressed before. I've been anxious before. I've gone through so many things in the past. And I mean, speaking about these things actually make me feel, you know, better. Speaking about these things is actually telling me that it's not a crime to talk about these things. Right. You are actually doing yourself, you know, good by sharing your story. Right. I remember the first time I started talking about my mind state on Facebook and on Twitter. I had so many people, you know, DM me to talk about what they are going through. I had so many people reaching out to me to tell me how my story has actually helped them. You know, I have so many DMs from people who were willing to, you know, help me push through. Right. So, I mean, by sharing what you are going through, I mean, someone might not be like me, but we all have to have that person that we can share stuff with. Right. I think it actually helps us heal. Definitely. You know, so yeah, women, men, we all go through stuff. Men go through so much, just like the women. And I think by sharing what we are going through, I'm not saying come on Twitter or on Instagram and blow up, but have that person that you believe in, have that person that you trust, and share what's going on within you. Vanessa, there's been days that I wanted to kill myself. You know, I mean, but over the years it's gotten way better, and I haven't gone through anything for like 10 years plus. You know, but yeah, these are things that do happen, especially in these times when we are all indoors. You know, these things will, you know, come up, and I think you do yourself good by sharing your story and by seeking help.
Definitely. Wow. Now, last but not least, what advice would you give to the next dad? the next expectant dad, the next veteran dad, the next dad?
The next dad, lots of people approach me with this question: how is fatherhood like? How is fatherhood like? How is fatherhood like? Fatherhood is going to change your life. No two ways about that. No matter how rich you are, no matter how you look like, fatherhood is going to change your life physically, emotionally. You have to be set for it. At the same time, don't be scared. If you want to have kids, do have kids. But ensure that your kid is going to have 10 times what you got. Ensure that you have laid the foundation for them so they don't face or go through some of the things that you went through. Because things have to be better. You were actually a better version of your dad. Your kids too should be a better version of you, So that's the little talk I have for the next, dad.
Mutombo, thank you so much for honoring my invitation.
Thank you too. Thank you too.
Modern day mom. Thank you so much for honoring my invitation and being very unfiltered and very telling of your story. We'll definitely do a part 2 sooner than you think. And continue being an amazing dad, an amazing husband, and an amazing creative, and an amazing person. Yes, I'm giving you some flowers today. I'm giving you your flowers.
And I hope our conversation would help someone out there.
Definitely. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the day.
You too.
Thanks, Mutombo.
Bless.
Bye.
Bye.